G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel. And in this episode, we do another update on the BA Ford Fairlane G220. And it's a terrific car. I've just had it serviced and passed with flying colours. And I'm going to go and check out, well, before I do that, I'm going to go and see Jason about the interior. I want to get an idea of the headliner and also the seat repair, what that would cost. But before we do that, I did leave out some footage from the other day in the video I did release. So let's just go and have a quick look at that. So this is another long wheelbase Ford in the collection. It's BA, late series BA. I think it's 2004 Fairlane G220, so 220 kilowatts. Probably one of the best colours that they offered. It's the dark blue. I'm not sure the name of the colour. I'll put that on the screen if I find it. But it's got the red and black two-tone interior, which I think looks really, really good. And I also really like the wheels on the car. Those wheels were used on various Fords 75th anniversary models, I believe, in the AUs. And yeah, it's a 5.4. Three valve V8, 220 kilowatts. It's got plenty of power. I mean, these sort of cars to me just sort of cruise around in them, but yeah, good passing power and good pickup for the car of this size. So very easy to drive. Nice dash. Good instrumentation. Dual zone climate control. It's got the 4-speed auto. There's a few things I want to tidy up on it. There's a little split in the seat, the driver's seat, and some of the silver on the cars, like on the shifter, and also the what we call the Prindle, park, reverse, drive, whatever. The silver comes off that, so you can refinish that. I also want to take off the cover for the engine and mask that off and just strip the paint off and repaint that silver because it's just peeled off a bit with age. But the car generally is really nice condition. No rust, paint's really good, and yeah, another little addition to the collection. Okay, so I've had the Fairlane serviced. Jake, his dad, did the servicing on the car, so that's good. Changed the oil and the air filter and a few other things. There's some things that need doing, but they're not urgent. The rotors, there's a slight pulsating, so I think the rotors just need to be machined or replaced, but it's very, very mild. I think rear brake pads, what else? The drive shaft is like a donut, rubber sort of donut that is worn and it could do with replacement, but it's not an urgent thing. And what was the other thing? Some trailing arm bushes as well. Again, not super urgent. And Jake also replaced I think the module in the parking sensors. So when I bought the car, the owner had some spare sensors, but also a replacement module, and he did that. So that now works perfectly well. I just reversed towards a pole, make sure I could still see it, and that worked well. So the car's really, really nice to drive. As you saw the other day when I think David was doing some filming, it's just beautiful and smooth and comfortable. It really is. I love it. It's just fantastic to drive. Definitely a keeper for the collection. And so I'm now heading over to Jason's, and I just want to get an idea of the headlining, but also the seat. There's a bit of stitching that's come adrift. I just want to get an idea of what that would cost to fix. I don't know whether how soon I'll do it, but I just want to get a bit of an idea from him. So that's where we're heading now. I think also the wiper blades could probably do with some be replaced as well. Again, they work okay, but I think they're a bit old and a bit dried up. This car was garaged most of its life, which you can tell by the paint, but I think the last 12 months it's spent outside, and I think that's probably where those wipers would have just dried out a fair bit, the rubber. So I'll replace those. That's a very basic thing. Tyres are fine, a little bit of wear on the inside at the back. So again, they said they're fine for the moment, but I'll definitely replace those down the track as well. The sort of flat spotting in the tyres that I was experiencing before, that's pretty well gone away now, that given I've been driving the car, not a lot, but I've been giving it a little bit more use, and I think the tyres are sort of, you know, back in round, if you like. So that issue has gone away. I asked if, you know, they were any dry rot or anything like that. They said no, they're fine. They're just a little bit of wear on the inside, I think, at the back, so that needs to be attended to. But again, they said it wasn't urgent. Want to get the oil changed. I think that's pretty important on any car, but particularly these 3 valves. And so that's been done. So it's got nice clean oil, new air filter, obviously new oil filter as well. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Car's got plenty of power. You really don't need any more power for one of these. Interestingly enough, when I was at FPV, one of the cars I did consider bringing out, you may have read about it in Australian Muscle Car magazines. I know that they did a story for an interview I did a while ago. I was going to do a Galaxie 540. So 540 being the 5.4 litres, and I think it was Galaxie 540L or something like that. And we actually did some market research, and we did a mock-up on a long wheelbase, sort of a Fairlane version of an FPV product. Had the GTP wheels, had the power bulge in the hood, and or the bonnet, and you know, it was quite understated. Probably more like a Force 8, but like a, you know, a longer wheelbase version, if you like, probably is a good description. There was a show car as well that was done for the FPV Open Days, which, you know, was quite a bit different to what we had planned, because there's no way, you know, they did some custom-made bumpers and things like that, which, you know, this program like that could never afford that, because the volume's still relatively low. It's probably 200 units a year or something like that. So never got off the ground, but it was a nice little thing to mock up. And then what we did was we also did a clinic, and we actually got owners to come in, and Fairlane Ltd owners, and I think also some Grange owners, Statesman owners, Caprice owners, to come in and tell us what they thought. And actually it did really, really well. They really liked the car. So that's a car that never came out, but something that we certainly looked at back in the FPV days. Again, when I do my BA and BF episodes in the Fairlane Auto History series, and make sure you do check all those out. If you haven't been watching them, go back to ZA and you can watch them right through. Just check out under playlists and you'll see them there. But that, I'll go into that in more detail when I do those episodes on the BA and BF. This car, as I said, beautiful to drive, really comfortable, nice instrumentation, and got this dual climate control air conditioning. You can see it's 31 degrees centigrade at the moment. I've got it set on 19 degrees, and it's nice and icy cold with the air conditioning. So yeah, it's really cool. Love this car. It was definitely a good buy, and I'm really glad that I was able to get it. And you know, it's a car that'll definitely appreciate in value over time, but it's just a worthy car to have in the collection. You know, it's a part of our Australian automotive manufacturing history, which I think definitely deserves to be preserved, as I'm sure a lot of people watching this agree. There she gets up and moves. Anyway, here's Jason.
Hi folks.
How are you, mate?
I'm very, very well, thanks Mark.
Good to see you now. You know Jason from all that great work he did on the LTD interior. So this is the G220.
Yeah.
So basically, it's obviously got a split in the seat there. I'm assuming you can get a colouring or something to kind of fix that up, or
it really needs to be replaced.
Oh, it does.
You can get a dye, but because of that blown stitch, it needs the actual cover needs to come off.
All right. And there's also got a bit of wear there. Obviously, you want to make sure it's the right colour, like exactly the right colour, because it's sort of a dark blood red or whatever you call it. But
an ox blood or something.
Yeah, exactly right. So there's that. I'm just keen to do that. The rest of it's fine. There's a bit of a mark on the cushion on the other side, so I don't know if that'll come off.
Yeah, sure.
And the other thing is just the headline, if you have a bit of a look in there. It's locked there, but have a look.
Hang
So-
down.
so
Right,
that needs to be replaced
That
as
does,
well.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's a fair bit of work in these things. Get those boards out.
yeah.
I mean, if you're feeling energetic enough to take the board out, I can certainly do it quite quickly and cheaply for you.
Yeah?
Half of the work is in getting the board out.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long is it going to take me to do it if I've never done it?
Well,
all
I
day?
did it because I avoid them.
Right.
I did my first one the other day. I've done about 50 headlinings, and
Right.
I've never pulled one out except
right.
I pulled one out
Okay.
the other day. It was in a sort of a
Is there much involved in doing it, or?
Oh, it's tricky because I mean it's all the clips and stuff
right.
they use, you know. So
No, I'll end up breaking half of it.
that's the problem. You
Yeah.
know? I just don't carry any of that stuff. As spare
No,
parts.
no.
So, but if you're gentle and you just tweak and you've got as much ability as I have
To
now.
get it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So I'll do you an extra special price if you pull it out for me.
All right. So we'll Jason, I'll go and talk turkey, and work out. I'll get a price with you taking it or with me taking it.
Yeah.
You probably make it so attractive and make me do it.
Oh yeah, it'll be a very unattractive price if I take it.
All right, let's go and do that. Okay, so just finished talking to Jason and showed me some material that's going to match up with the seat base. So he gave me a quote on that, so I'll get him to do that seat base in a few weeks' time. He's got a fair bit on at the moment, but I might leave the headlining, I think, for a little while to see how I go with that, but I definitely want to do the seat base. Interestingly enough, there's a little bit of stitching that's let go in the backrest. He just said that he doesn't touch those because with the side airbag, you've got to be really careful, because if you do work on the stitching and it has some impact on the deployment of the airbag, you can have liability there. So you've got to be extremely careful. So it's just, I guess a watch out for people who are getting seats redone that might have a airbag in the seat. Just be very aware of, that doesn't have a negative impact, because you could be injured by the deployment of the airbag because the stitching doesn't let go the way it's been designed. So anyway, I never even thought about that. So luckily it's not noticeable really at all. So it's more the base I want fixed. So anyway, Jason's terrific. Highly recommend him. Put his details up here. If anyone in Melbourne, if you're in the Victoria or mainly the Melbourne area, check Jason out. Does a great job, and as you could see by the work he did on my LTD, the P5 seats, which was a huge job, and he did a wonderful job on that. So anyway, check Jason out. So anyway, just wanted to get that done while I was out and about in the G220. I'm enjoying the drive. Well, hope you enjoyed that episode on the BA Fairlane G220. Really terrific car. I'm incredibly happy with it. Love the colour scheme, the blue pearl and the red interior. I think a couple of people said, they weren't that keen on the red interior. I love red interiors. That's why when I was at FPV, I created the Force 6 and the Force 8. I just always loved red interiors since I was a kid, and I had toy cars with the red interiors. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Hit the hype button. That makes a difference with all this AI rubbish that's going on at the moment. It's fantastic if we can just uplift some real content rather than this AI rubbish. And please, above all, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.